So Adam, why does the program do this? In my constructor, I take in the height, but why did I fail to capture it in the instance variable?
I guess, do you have to somehow ask the program to get the height?
Okay, so the height comes in as a parameter here, but I'm saying height equal height. My intention here is that this height should be the instance variable, and this height should be the parameter, and this is a very common mistake. So what I'd like to, common mistake to make, so what I'd like to do is sort of go through that and see why it does what it does. As a first step, it's nice to know that if you were to click on the variable height, double click to highlight it, go ahead and do that to either one of those heights in the assignment statement. Then Eclipse usually highlights which variable it is that's being used, but it didn't do it this time. That's strange. Okay, well, what's missing here is the necessary syntax to qualify this variable of height as an instance variable. So if I have a variable and I want to make sure it's an instance variable, do you remember what I put in front of it?
This dot?
Exactly, this dot. So go ahead and put this dot in front of the height. And now try double clicking on height. There you go. So what we can see is that it's highlighted the instance variable up here. It's also shown us all the other uses of the instance variable in the code. Try double clicking on the one to the right of the assignment statement. Okay, now it's showing us properly that that's this declaration up here.
Okay, so that's the given parameter then.
Exactly. So that's the variable that comes in. That's the 10 that's coming in. And now that we assigned it into this dot height and run the program, we'll see that the person's height should properly be 10. That's what shows up.
So Professor, in that case, let's say, how does the program, like if you don't put this, does the program just go to whatever is closest in the code?
That's a great question, and that's exactly what happens. So go ahead, Josephine, double click on age. If you didn't know what age meant, you could double click on it, and Eclipse is showing you what?
The instance variable.
Exactly. Now, if I had a local variable age, something like that, okay? Now try double clicking on the age down there, and it's showing us it refers to the local variable. It's exactly what you said. Eclipse is essentially looking from the place that you double click, going up in the code and out in the code, trying to find the closest declaration to what it is you double clicked on. Is there a way that I could fix this so even if I have the local variable age here, age would be an instance variable? How would I fix that up?
You put this dot age.
Exactly. You want to try that? Great. And if you double click on age there,
It's showing.
it's already showing, yeah, that it's the instance variable.
So
go ahead.
So if you don't have this problem of local variables, is it actually better style to put this dot or to omit this dot?
That's a great question. So look down here at get height. I could have I could have gotten rid of the this here, right? If I get rid of this, if I double click on height, it's properly showing me it's the instance variable and so on, right? But this code is fairly far removed from the place that I actually have the instance variables. For that reason, in response to your question, it's a better issue in style always to say this if you can.
Okay.
So here we would say this dot height, even though height would be sufficient. And in seeing this dot height, someone reading that would see that that's referring to an instance variable. So in our code, we try to write this dot whenever we want to use an instance variable, but Java and Eclipse will always find the closest declaration in scope to the variable that we care about.